You will be watching a portion from an episode of the television series Car 54, Where Are You? This television series was broadcast in the years 1961-62.
I don't care what the psychologist said. You're still a great cop, Francis.
No. I know what I am now, Gunther. I'm quitting the force.
You can't do that. You're my partner. You're my friend. You can't leave me.
Oh, I'll be seeing a lot of you. I'm going to become an exterminator. And you live in a pretty buggy neighborhood.
Francis, you were born to be a policeman.
No. I was just playing policeman, dressed up in this policeman's costume.
Okay, if you remember in my other video, the psychologist came in and told him he had a costume fixation. And that's why he became a police officer. And now, Officer Muldoon will confess that he's just playing police officer. And that is true. They're all just playing. Now, in reality, they do impose codes and statutes and all sorts of things on all sorts of people. And they are an awful lot like exterminators. Exterminating joy in people's lives. And enjoying exterminating the joy by coming and arresting them or finding some violation to give to give them a ticket, and then force their corpse with an oration into the false, phony court system, where more people are wearing costumes. So yes, this show is telling you the truth. By the way, look at Gunther, Officer Muldoon's partner. Officer Muldoon is on your right, and Gunther is on your left. Look at the snicker on his face when they actually tell the truth. That yes, police officers are in costumes, playing police officer. And that's why they have the costumes, so that people then play along with them. And they go ahead and give them the information they need to then prosecute or fine the corpse with oration. That's your name in capital letters. Okay? That's who they're after. What they're after, I should say. The corpse with the oration is not you. But for all practical purposes in this life, they assume it's you. And most people actually do assume it's them. But the truth of the matter is, they are after the corpse with the oration, not necessarily who you are in mind, body, soul, and spirit. All right? Okay, now there's an example of what I'm talking about. They are going after the corpse with the oration. And that's the purpose of pulling the car over and getting them for speeding and so forth, and then writing a ticket so they can pay the ticket, and then their corporation, namely the corporation that they represent, the particular city. In this case, it would be New York City, the Bronx area, precinct number 53. And that's a phony precinct, but anyhow, in that particular case, the money would go to that corporation. And that's what it is. It's for profit. The police forces are for profit. And yes, they pull in an enormous amount of money by their wearing costumes and harassing the public.
Well, he was going about 70 miles an hour. Go ahead and give him a ticket, Francis.
You give him the ticket, Gunther. He's liable to see a grown man like me wearing this costume and laugh at me.
Okay, so now he's admitting to it. He's a grown man in a costume. If you watch the other video, the psychologist asked him if he ever had a cowboy costume. And Francis Muldoon said no, he grew too fast. He just went right out of diapers into pants and everything. He never...
Francis, nobody could give out a ticket like you. You were always so firm. Nobody could talk you out of it.
I was?
You were great. Go ahead, Francis. It'll build your confidence back up again. Go on and give him a ticket.
What if he snickers at me?
Go ahead.
What is it, officer?
Well, you were going kind of fast. Why are you staring at my costume?
Why are you staring at my costume? He's telling you the truth. He's admitting it. They're grown men in costumes, and they love the costumes.
Your costume? Oh, you mean your uniform?
So, now the public is trying to say it's a uniform, and that's what they want you to believe, it's a uniform, but no, actually it is a costume.
I wasn't staring at your uniform.
You were staring at it. But that's all right. I understand. They make us wear it.
They make us wear it. He's telling you the truth. Because when they wear the costume, it's a lot like Halloween. And if you remember Halloween, everybody dresses in costume. And if they're all dressed in costume, then you play along with the script. And you end up contracting with them. By that I mean you submit the information and you agree to it. You agree to the penalties they impose on your corpse with the oration. I hope this is not a little bit above you. You might need to watch some other videos to try to understand what I just said if it doesn't make sense to you. But basically they're phonies. Now, if you're pulled over, you are going to get the ticket, but it'll be your corpse with the oration. And if you don't pay the ticket, they'll take away the license. And if you don't have a license, they'll throw you in the clink. So you really can't win, to be quite honest with you. It's a very elaborate system. It's well thought out. And it is all completely phony.
My idea. When I'm off duty, I wear a very conservative brown pinstripe.
How fast was I going exactly?
70 miles an hour.
I wasn't going any 70 miles an hour.
60?
I wasn't going any 60 either.
50? Now look, mister, according to traffic law number...
Okay, he says traffic law. No, not really. They're just codes and statutes and ordinances and all that stuff, okay? Basically speaking, you could drive any speed you want under the true system of true government. However, I need to qualify the statement and say, if you go do that right now, yes, you will be pulled over, and yes, your corpse with the oration will get the ticket. And yes, you will suffer, ultimately, because you'll be denied all kinds of privileges because you didn't pay the fine or whatever. But basically speaking, as far as traffic goes and so forth, anyone can drive any speed they want. It's just that under the true system of law, people should respect things for their own safety's sake and the safety of others. So for example, if I come to a red light, I need to stop. Why? For my safety and the safety of others on the road. It's not necessarily that I need to stop because I might get a ticket if I go through the light. Now the same applies to speed limits. I would need to respect a certain speed for my safety and the safety of others. But because of their intricate system of statutes, ordinances, mandates, you name it, people are extremely confused. But they have the costume to reinforce that all these codes are what the driver abides by. And notice he's confused about laws and codes and statutes. And that's the reason for that is because that's exactly what they want people to be, confused, just like Officer Muldoon.
According to traffic law, I'm a little upset this morning. I can't remember the exact traffic law. But let me put it to you this way. Where do you think you're going? To a fire?
No, I'm not going to a fire.
Oh, you're not? Well, I didn't think you were, really. It's a saying we have around the precinct. Silly, isn't it? But be that as it may, I have to give you a ticket. I'm a little nervous this morning. I had nightmares all night about termites. Would you be so kind as to make out your own ticket?
Here, I'll do it. You better go back in the patrol car and rest.
My daddy was a captain.
Muldoon, I refuse to accept your resignation.
I'm sorry, sir. I have other plans.
Okay, we'll pick it up here in another video, but once again I'd like to thank you for watching. End of video.